If you've been listening to one or two or dozens of my 820 episodes, you may have discerned from especially the earlier ones, I talked about that question that is essential to me in these episodes, but also in the book Resilience, the Beauty of Presence. Meaning, I frequently will cite or recite that question about your resilience. What drives you? And I had mentioned, even still in the book, I haven't rewritten it yet, but in that book, I wrote down and share with the readers and listeners the four things that drive me. Can kind of keep it very short, not a long, dissertation, but it was four things: light, energy, money, and music. Later on, actually through the development of this series of 820 episodes, I reduced those four words into even a more efficient way for me to communicate to myself and to anyone who asks me that question about what drives me. It's in one word. It's called currency. Currency. To me, that word captures all the essence and implications of the four words formally that I've said that drive me, or still drive me today. But in today's episode, let's talk about the one word, music. It is one of the main pieces of currency that drive me. Music. I aspire to play jazz trumpet with respect to the giants that have established a very, very high standard on all things still new to me in the trumpet world. Melody, rhythm, space, clarity, statement, intent, and the big word, improvisation. And I say that in respect to those that have left this physical realm, but their expressions and recordings continue to deliver the messages that they presented decades ago. But at least for me, not realizing and appreciating what I didn't listen to or listen into before. Before, going back decades ago, I certainly heard a lot of beautiful music growing up within and around strong, musically talented relatives in my family and around our family. But their brilliance, the musically talented individuals in my family, it didn't seep into me or into my skill set at that time. So yeah, I'm a little late to the music bandstand, but hey, I'm here now, and I'm now taking that path towards at least approximating my family and these giants in the trumpet world. So I had plenty of examples of musical little giants back then, and I still fail to listen to their prowess or to the ones who did set that standard for me to learn one day. There are so many actual jazz, and particularly for me, jazz trumpet giants to mention. The ones who no longer live here physically, but I also first want to mention the ones that inspire me and are alive today. And a few that I have actually met, like Chris Bodie, Matthew Halsall, Marquise Hill, Victor Garcia, met that man physically in person in Chicago, Christian Scott, Bobby Shue, Keon Harold, and many, many more. But now on to the dead giants. Dizzy, Miles, Chet, Louis, Roy Hargrove. Met him several times before physically. Great man. John Coltrane, Eric Dolphy. I know that's a very ignorant and short list of giants that I heard and now listen to actively for guidance and to interpret as much as I can or as little as I can and present what I can from listening to them and trying to have it come through me and listening and learning how they, to me, mastered this craft, this art. So, given that though, I will leave you with two quotes from the last two giants I mentioned to you, John Coltrane and Eric Dolphy. When I read these words resonated within me and that I hope will strongly influence my approach to practice, to discipline, and patience on my musical journey, my journey towards musical resilience. Here's a quote by John Coltrane. Quote, "My music is the spiritual expression of what I am, my faith, my knowledge, my being." Unquote. So simple. Yet, from a man, if you ever heard him play his recordings, people have described him as, sheets of sound coming at you from any composition that he has created, produced. It's just like that. For him to just simply put it in this kind of quote, my music is the spiritual expression of what I am, my faith, my knowledge, my being. That to me is just plain beautiful. Here's a quote by Eric Dolphy. Quote, "Music is like the wind. You don't know where it comes from, and you don't know where it went. But once you hit that note, it's over with. So don't put on some earphones and start trying to analyze everything that you play, because it's over with. It's gone." Unquote. Again, simply put, in that way, but to listen to his compositions and in that simple summary, I envy, part of my ego saying I envy that ability to play at that level, yet be able to simplify how it happens. Now, of course, I imagine it doesn't come overnight or by magic. Maybe he had it, maybe Mr. Coltrane had it. But I think we all have it. Like I talk about in a very lower level about this commonality that we have about resilience. We have it. You can't hoard it, can't put it on a shelf, can't put it under a wicker basket or in a safe. It has to be expressed, has to come out, has to be true to you, like it is to me. But once it's out, as Mr. Dolphy said, it's gone. Like I said before, it's about this moment right now. So take those two quotes from Mr. Coltrane and Mr. Dolphy, and then maybe include something I said for you today as you go forward on your journey. And once you do that, it's over. Until the next one. Stay present. Stay current. Remember, no matter where you are, it's 820.